Yes, sir. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to today's masterclass session, an initiative by the ASG Academic Cell. Today we have Dr. Koushik Tripathi, sir, with us to speak on the topic research and how to proceed. Dr. Koushik, sir, is the Medical Director, ASGI Hospital, Kolkata. He is the Secretary, Academic Cell and Ethics Committee, ASGI Hospitals. He is the Team Leader, Medical Legal Working Group, UC. He is the professor at Muthuswamy Virtual University of Postgraduate Ophthalmology. He is editor-in-chief of the ophthalmology section at the Stat Pulse Publishing, Florida, and also editor of the Retina and Vitreous section of IVK. He has also won the International Ophthalmologist Contest in 2017 and 2020. He has over 280 publications, PubMed indexed, and has mentored over 250 ophthalmologists in the field of publications and international examinations. He is also reviewer and editorial board member of major journals of ophthalmology. So we are glad to have sir with us today. I kindly request everyone to keep their mics on mute. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Pransu, for the kind introduction. I think you can answer this. It's visible, no?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. So thank you, and I welcome you all. I am an editor at Stratpulse and IUK. So I'll take this opportunity to thank my family and friends, my teachers at AIMS, uh, who have actually not only taught me but have inspired me to do much more than what I could actually thought. I thank my the members of academic cell, Dr. Ganesh, Dr. Mayank, and Dr. Atul for their constant support. I also thank my fellows and my colleagues at ASG, and also I thank the group of WealthCon, from whom I have learned so many things in finance and also in philosophy. So I'll discuss the how, what, where, why, and where of publication. So this is because this is just for fellows. So we want you to start writing, and this is just a guide on how we can start writing. So I'll discuss how to prepare the Word document. How should we plan about grammar and language? How a title page, authorship, and how should we select a journal, and which reviewer should we suggest if the journal wants the names of reviewers, how to format the manuscript overall, and how do we avoid plagiarism and other scientific misconducts, and what are the tools which are available to help us. So why should we publish? So it is basically, if you are doing MD, MS, or DNB or PhD, you need to you need to have a thesis. So it is a requirement, and this is something by which you can share your knowledge. If you have found something new, then you share with other people so that they know that yes, this thing is known. And the maximum pleasure which I get in this is that in the process I get to read so many things, and I learn so many new things which actually translates to my patient care. And there are peer reviewers who are people like you, and who are like there to help you in improving your manuscript. So it is a contribution in the field, and it helps other people in your field to know like what is known. You are adding to the knowledge of the knowledge in the your field. So obviously, if you are in a setup, specifically in academic setup, it will help you in advancement of careers, in promotions. if you have genuine publications, and it builds your reputation also. Once you publish something, it is a permanent record, and once it is in a website or it is in a journal, it is there forever. Also, it gives you an opportunity to interact with like-minded people with whom you can collaborate both nationally and internationally. So this is something basically when I was doing MD, I did not publish a single paper. And when I used to see my teachers who had given me some work to write or something, I would just go on the other side. So, but after MD, during senior residency, I published one or two papers. Then I thought, yes, it actually it doesn't matter whether I publish or not, but the in the process I get to read a lot of things, and it actually increases my knowledge, and also I can translate this knowledge to the patient care. So yes. So when should you start the journey? When should you start publishing? So I'll my suggestion to all the candidates and other people will be start as soon as possible, because time is a limited resource. Time will go. Once it is gone, you cannot get back. So you can start with simple things. This QR code is for iWiki. So I am an editor in Retina section. So anyone, any ophthalmologist who is board certified, they can join and they can write. So this is a open source knowledge. You can edit the articles, but there are editors who are there to ensure that the quality is maintained and biased or inaccurate material is not added. You can start presenting your papers, videos, or images in various forums. Easiest to publish works include photo essays, case reports, and letter to editor. So these are things which, even though if you are not in a very in a center which doesn't have some huge volume, but because you are seeing cases, you can start writing, start sending or submitting photo essays, case reports. They are actually published, and in the process, you get to learn a lot. So what can you publish? So basically clinical and surgical work is our top priority. We are clinician first, then researcher second. So our clinical work should not get affected. So if you have to do something, my request to fellows will also be the same. If you want to publish or you want to do something, it should be done when you are free. Your patient should not be waiting for you and you are doing writing or something that we have never done. So my request to other all people here would be same. Try to focus on your patients. They are our they are the center of everything for which we are working. Patients should not suffer because you are doing something like this. So your clinical and surgical work will be top priority. I had maintained this during my fellowship, and I also think of the same during consultancy. So please try to give patients the maximum priority. If you look carefully, every patient has something to teach. So clinically or in their body language or their interaction, you can learn something. You have to document every day. That is important because you can go back and you can see what was there. And more important, because there can be medical legal issues. So if you do not document what a patient has, then you might be in trouble. You have to culture a habit of reading every day. So now there are many resources on internet. You can search many things. I still now whenever I see something which I do not know, I search, and even if I know, I go and read. So, and another thing is, in my experience, what I have seen is that if you have written sincerely, if you have worked something very properly, then it can be published somewhere. So it may not be a PubMed indexed work, but you can submit it somewhere. So where can you send your photos? Suppose you have a good image which you have captured. So there are multiple forums also. If you do not want it to be indexed, you can send it to areas including All India Ophthalmic Society, Pituitary Society of India. EOC also conducts this kind of competitions with photos. If you want to publish it in somewhere where it is there and it can be cited, then photo essays are the place to go. Many good journals also publish these cases, including NEGM, New England Journal of Medicine, British Medical Journal, JAMA Ophthalmology, Asia Pacific Journal of Ophthalmology, Canadian Journal of Ophthalmology. This Journal of Franca is basically France Journal of Ophthalmology, NMJI, and Oman Journal of Ophthalmology. In the journals which publish in different language from India, from English, you can actually translate the article via Google Translate and you can submit. So it also works because we have recently published with the help of our fellows, Dr. Shobik and Dr. Aparna. We have published a few articles in this France Journal of Ophthalmology. So basically, one thing is important that you look for article processing charges. You go to the instruction for authors page and you search for article processing charges, fees, color figure charges, editing charges, or other hidden costs. Because publishing is needed for like promotion of many people, and this is becoming a business recently. And you need to see whether there are any hidden costs which you are going to pay when you are submitting. So these are few articles, images which we published, and case reports are another another paper which you can start if you are in a clinical setup. So it is very easy. Just document a case, find out if it is rare. You just find out what is rare about you. If you did something new, if the presentation was new, or like anything which is not reported. Even if it is a very academic case, you can report. So there are many journals. So JAMA Ophthalmology, JAPOS, Oscillatina, Journal of Refractive Surgery, GMS Ophthalmology cases published from Germany, Canadian Journal of Ophthalmology, European Journal of Ophthalmology, France Journal, ASGO case reports, retinal case reports, BMJ case reports. And also you can, if it is a systemic, it is a ophthalmic manifestation of systemic disease, then you can submit it through journals which are outside ophthalmology also, including pediatrics, obstetrics. IGO case reports is currently not permanent indexed. It has color charges, but most likely it will get indexed very recent, but like very shortly. So Curious is another way, but it says it's free, but there are editing charges. So if you are not able to like get your work published, you can go to the other way, Saudi journal, Oman journal, or Romanian journal. But these journals usually take time to respond. So these are few of the works we publish. So this is to show that you can publish in New England Journal of Medicine, National Medical Journal of India, BMJ case reports, European Journal of Ophthalmology. BMJ case report has a subscription fee. So if you search, you can find people who have the subscription and you can submit. Submission doesn't guarantee that your work will be published, but uh, you are getting an opportunity to submit in a good place. So Oman Journal of Ophthalmology, retinal cases, brief reports, therapeutic advances of ophthalmology, Middle East African Journal of Ophthalmology. These are few here, but basically more recently the large journals which have high repute, they are stopping accepting case reports, but there are multiple journals which are still accepting. Journal of Ophthalmic Vision Research, that is another journal. International Journal of Retina and Vitreous also accepts case reports. So these are few things. And there are multiple conferences. Conferences are happening day by, like almost every day. So you can publish in major conferences, including Young Ophthalmic Society of India, All India Ophthalmic Society, state societies, and societies of various specialties. So there are, as I said, IUIK is a good place to start, and there are international ophthalmologist contests which are going on. If you can write an article which is very good, which has good content, which has good images, then you can have a good chance of winning the IUIK international contest. We have many people who have won this from India multiple times. So StatPulse is another thing. Basically, at StatPulse, we have almost covered most of the topics. If you find any topic which is not there in StatPulse, you can contact me. Then we can add it to and it can be published. So eOpta is another forum where you can publish. Specifically, you if wherever from you any in any forum from where you are reading, you can actually contribute there also. So how do we format? So most of the like papers will accept a writing in Microsoft Word only. So use it, save it as doc file. This is a technical thing, but you should not save it in docx format, because if you open the file in an older version of MS of Microsoft Office, then it might have some changes. So these are like formatting. Yeah, I think just when you are doing, you can look at this. Basically, page number should be given. There should be numbering of the uh, lines. So I usually do this the double spacing of the lines, and also put the page number, and this keep the font size around 11 in Times New or Arial. So this is another important thing. If you want to take any like a single thing from this presentation, I'll say that you please create a free account in Grammarly. So this has paid option also, but even free version is very good. So it helps you improve your grammar and language. There is artificial intelligence now, so you can change the tone of voice also. So you have to understand what is the difference between American and British English. So there are, whenever you are writing, if you are writing hemorrhage in HEMORRHAGE, which is an American spelling, you have to continue writing in American spelling throughout. So do not write HEMORRHAGE hemorrhage in one place and HAEMORRHAGE in another place. So this is not acceptable. So sentence should be these are very simple thing. It looks good, but when you write, you if you analyze your writing also, you will find that many basic things which usually should have been corrected when you are class 4 or class 5 is still happening, because I am in editing for a long time. So I find very senior people are doing this kind of mistakes. The sentence are not starting in capital letter. If a sentence is starting with a number, like you write it in words, in letters instead of digit. So at the end of a sentence, there should be a full stop, and there should be no space before full stop. And these are very simple things, but basically you need to understand that this is important, and this gives the reader an idea about the meticulousness or the perfection with which you are working. If you are writing an abbreviation, you should mention the full name at its first mention. So only use approved abbreviations. Do not use something which you have invented. So these are the things. So Grammarly I am using for like at least I think from 2014 or something. So and now currently I have paid version also. So definitely create an account and you will see the change in your writing. So in grammar and language, obviously do not write wrong spelling of this thing, and avoid like I saw this patient, or you do not write the name of the patient. Some journals do not allow writing the age exactly also, because whenever if you are reporting a rare case and if you are writing their personal identifying data, then people who know them, they can be able to identify them, so that the person who is being reported might not want also. So definitely do not put their full name, and do not write in first and second person like I and you. Avoid superlatives like this is the most important article in this century, or this is the ultimate thing, or this is top thing, or like tremendous, prestigious. This kind of hyperbolic words should be avoided. You should focus on facts and do not blame anyone. Like if you find that you are writing something and there was a misdiagnosis, so you better do not write that previous ophthalmologist missed the diagnosis. You rephrase it that the patient had received a diagnosis of this. So there should not be a blame game anywhere. We have to go towards the future, how we can help the patient. Do not go to things like why this patient was misdiagnosed, why there was treatment which was done which was not supposed to be done. So do not go there. And we, in scientific writing also, we try to avoid those kind of things. So in grammar or language, in writing, if there is any strong or controversial statement which has percentage or crucial statements, they need references. So try to, specifically in reviews, we insist that almost all sentences would need a reference. So all the images and tables must be mentioned in text. So many times it is that there is an image which is attached to the file, but there is no mention of the image or table anywhere in the text. So that also happens very frequently. So units and numbers should be separated by a space, like 3. Do not write 3 and millimeter without a space. So if you are mentioning a drug, so you have to mention there the company which has made this, the location of the company, the volume of the like the concentration of the dose, and how long, and the exact doses which was given. So in any commercial product, you have to write the full name of the company which produces it and the location of the company. So in this is important when you are writing. You have, if you have to use politically and grammatically correct terms. So you have to write white, not Caucasians. So you do not say epileptic. You say that patient with epilepsy. So do not say obese patient. Say patient with obesity. So do not call people blind. Say that people like represent people with visual impairment. So be modest and humble and correct. Try to be humble. So do not say that this is the first study in the of its kind, or this is the first study in the world to show that this was this. So better, but be conservative and write that according to the best of the author's knowledge, there is paucity of literature. So if you are saying this, so nobody can question your the sentence. And if it is a very long sentence, divide it into smaller sentences. So title page. So in title page, you should be very specific. Also, if you have a case report, you mention it in the title page. So it gives the credibility, and the reviewers or editors who want to uh, like consider your paper, they need to know from the title page and the abstract that your work requires can be reviewed, or they will reject right away. So try to be very careful in your title page. You have to convey the methodology and aim in the title. And if you are writing a case report, try to include a brief review of literature. It adds to the uh, like scientific quality of the paper. And financial interest should be, this is something which you need to, if you are like, there are many cases in which this kind of like misconduct happens. If you have any interest, financial or other conflict of interest, or your wife or your spouse or your family members are having patents or stocks of a thing which you are discussing, then you have to mention it clearly. If you have presented it somewhere, you just mention it. So check also if there is something called first right of refusal. So like if you are presenting in an American Academy of Ophthalmology conference, then you have to send the paper to AJO or ophthalmology. So once they refuse the article, they say that this is not acceptable to them, then only you can submit to it to some other journal, including IGO or some other journal. So you have to check this if you are presenting at a conference. So title, if you are doing a trial, you register your trial at clinicaltrials.gov, or in India, you register it to the Clinical Trial Registry of India. So if your article is already being considered or under review in a journal, So do not submit the same paper to another journal. This is a misconduct, but I know that this is a difficult situation because some journals, including Women Journal of Ophthalmology, they will keep your article for 1 year or 2 year and they will not respond to anything. So these are the tricky situations where you can get. So it is better to submit to journals which are known to respond very actively or very rapidly. So such and some journals needed no objection certificate from the head of the institute, including MJP, Medical Journal Armed Forces of India. So authorship is another important thing. So author has to meet the ICMJE authorship criteria. So they have to have contributed substantially, and they would have to draft the work or review it. If they have not drafted, they have to review it critically and they have to approve it. And if there is any error or any incoherence, so they should be able to take the responsibility of that paper. So if your name is there, that means you agree that the accuracy, you are taking accountability of the accuracy and integrity of that work. So that is why if you are putting somebody else's name, your seniors or somebody, so you have to show them. The articles should be shown and they should approve it officially, better on email. Then only you can submit it. Because it is difficult if you are not showing some the seniors your work and then you are submitting, then you can fall into trouble and it is a difficult scenario and you do not want to go into that kind of conflict. So if there is someone who did not contribute in a meaningful way and you are putting your guest author their name, that means the head of the department of of your college or your department. So try to avoid these kind of things. If they are there, you show them. If they are mostly they are very busy, you go to them, you show them that I have done this. Please have a look at this. And once they check it, they say yes, you are doing it. It is good. Or they most in AIMS, what happened? The senior like the I was lucky to get one of the most finest teachers of the world, and they would sit with you. If they cannot sit with you, they will go to home and they'll check the file themselves and they'll suggest new things, and that which will definitely improve the work. So if there is any senior author, do not, they should not be a guest author. Guest author means those the people who did not contribute anything and you are just putting their name because of respect or because of their position. That should not happen like that. If you are putting somebody's name, try to involve them and try to definitely take their permission that sir, that they say they are saying okay on email, yes, you can go ahead and submit. And this is something called ghost author, which also happens like somebody else has worked, somebody else has seen the patient, corrected the data, written the draft, and when it is being submitted, because they sent you, you are submitting on it on your name, and there is no mention of the person who actually wrote it or who actually did it and in the first place. So this is very wrong. And if you are doing this or if you did this, if the person who was not included, they can contact the journal and the article can be retracted, which is like a very serious professional misconduct. If some persons, some contributors do not meet the like do not meet the criteria for authorship, mention them in the acknowledgement. So in the revision, you can add new people if they have contributed adequately. So obviously, as I said, every author should have responded, should have read and approved the paper, because there can be errors. The person whose name are there, they should be accountable for their work. So the authorship sequence, this is another important thing. You have to get a consensus between all authors about who all will be there and at what sequence. So this is very important. Most journals will not allow a change of author order, and there are journals which will allow more than one first author. So you can write that the person one who is in the first place and person two who is the second place, they contributed equally. So that means they are considered as first authors, both of them. So if you are writing, you definitely should register for Orchid ID, which is a free to use. And this is something which will track all your work in a single place. So it can be like linked to other services, including Crossref, which will automatically check your name and they'll add the works which match with your name to your work. So and in this thing, the like it will identify the exact person, exact researcher who had done this, because there are many people can have similar names, and if you add your Orchid ID to that, it makes you unique. In your paper you write your full name, because this has importance in indexing. In PubMed there should be full name, so that people who are searching you, they can get you. So you have to write full names in when you are submitting, so that the indexing gets easier. So there are some journals which will require reviewers, so they should be unbiased, and they should not be from same institute, or they should not be your mentor, mentee, collaborator, co-authors in the last 3 years. So this is important, because if they are working with you currently, it makes them biased towards you, and they might accept things which are not acceptable. So you might know people who are doing good work and with whom we have not worked recently, so you can add their name, and there are guidelines on that. So how do you select journals? So this is one important thing. Anything which is free, easy, and quick is usually a scam, as Dr. Ram of Oilcon says. So if it is easy and quick, it is definitely something is wrong. So you have to check quality of published paper and editorials. Most of the bad journals will have spelling mistakes in their editorials, or in their author instructions, or in the web page. So predatory journals is something which was coined by Jeffrey Bell. So these are called predatory because they are like predators. They want to take your money and they can publish anything. So they are searching for authors who are desperate to publish their work, and these predatory journals will run their business, will take their money with you with very little or no quality control. So when you are submitting, you have to target journals with high impact factor. This impact factor is given by Science Citation Index, and journals, you have to there are certain journals of whom only one or two articles are cited, and most of the articles are not cited. So you have to check the National Library of Medicine. I have given the link also. You have to go there and see whether the all the articles of that journal are indexed in PubMed or not. So this is NLM catalog, National Library of Medicine catalog. You search for it, you see like they will be they will write like here, it is a few days back, Indian Journal of Ophthalmology is indexed for Medline, but IGO case reports is not indexed for Medline. So if you are persistent, and if you do not give up, and your data is original, the article is eventually get published. You might have to edit it extensively because of the reviewers comment, but ultimately if you are persistent, if you do not give up, then it will get published. And when you are going to the author instruction page of the journal, what I do is I just search control key plus F, find and search for fee or charge or similar things. So then you will see that the charges. So there can be charges, can have various names: article processing charges, fees, color charges, editing charges, fast track charges, open access charges. So open access is something in which your article will be free. The PDF of that will be freely available to anyone. So you do not need to, if you do not want to, if you are not like sponsored by someone, you may not want that. You just uncheck the open access box, and if you check the open access box, then it will add to the cost. And most of the journals will require like uh, 50,000 to 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh rupees for a single article. So if it is a good journal, you might be able to apply for waivers. Like you can say, sir, I do not have any support, financial support, or this is not we do not have any sponsor. I am from India. Please waive off. Then they can waive off. The journals can waive off the fees. So also you have to check the time. As I said, Oman Journal of Ophthalmology, Saudi Journal of Ophthalmology, they are very like It is once you submit your paper, they will not like they will take years to give their first response. So as you can see, this is I published in IGO. So this was like we submitted in 31 December 2017 and it was accepted in 23rd April 2020, 3 years. So this is how it works. So abstract should be you should see the instruction for authors. You have to be within word limit and you should be succinct, and that it should include the data of your work. Do not write vaguely and use past tense, and it should not have references, images, tables, or repetitions. So abstract can be like you have to, most of the abstracts will have aim, methods, result, and conclusion. You have to be very specific. So in introduction, you have to discuss the background, be very focused on the topic which is with you. Do not write a review about that in the introduction. You have to be concise. You have to focus on what are the lacunae or what are the things which are not known and what specific thing which you are adding to the literature. So in methods, there are guidelines which are available in Equator Network. So you go there and these guidelines all mostly have checklists. So you can go there and you can check everything. So to see whether your work is done properly or not. Most of the methods will also require the number of trial registration, the ethical approval, the PICO, which is participants, intervention, comparison, and outcome. And which test did you use in statistical tests also, and if you have used machines, the full name of machines and the manufacturer of details, duration of follow-up, the how did you select controls. So this is Equator Network. I have given the link below. You can go there and it has all the guidelines of various kind of articles. So statistics is important. You have to first, before the study, you have to first calculate the sample size of this thing. In each area, you have to mention the formula which has been used. And if you have to be honest, and even there is a non-significant report, you have to non-significant result, you have to tell that. So if you have taken the help of a statistician and they are not like justifying the all the characteristics of author, you acknowledge them in the acknowledgement. Do not like miss their name. So there are multiple courses, free online courses, which are there in Swayam portal of India. So you can go there and you can register for the courses. I think I lost it, no?
Yeah, yeah.
ठीक है. So basically, Swayam portal has this thing has courses on biomedical research and statistics. If interested people can go there. If you are interested, you can do it at your own pace in online. So results should include demography and what are the significant and non-significant findings. If there is an intervention, you have to mention the adverse reactions if you have found any, and what was the uh, cause of adverse reaction and how did you manage this. And if there is any attrition of in the study, do not manipulate your data or image. If you do that, then you will be in trouble. If you have not, in practically you may not have full data of the everyone. So you say that these people, there was attrition and we started with 100 people and there were 60 people at last. So the reviewers understand that there is a difference between the ideal scenario and the practical scenario, and you have to be very honest. So if there are data which are not available, do not just extrapolate or write something which you want. You just discard the incomplete data when you are analyzing. So total number of images and tables that must not exceed the instruction for authors. So discussion is very important. Most of the people read the topic, the title, the abstract, and then the discussion. So discussion will analyze the literature critically and find what is similar and what is different from the known literature. So you have to read all the, if you are citing any reference, you have to read all the references. So most of the like articles or books may be available in Sci-Hub or Anna's archive. So Sci-Hub is not has stopped, like I think from 2022 they have stopped uploading new articles because of a legal uh, case in Delhi High Court. So that is one thing from for which we are not getting newer articles in SciHub. So you, if you want to know what like which the SciHub, because this is actually a pirated site, they are like sharing copyrighted material for free. So this the website address usually changes. So there is you can go to the, these are called shadow library. So you can go to the Wikipedia page of shadow library, and they usually show the recent URL. So how do you find the full text? So because SciHub is not there, if you go to the article, you can click on it on PubMed on the details. So there is usually the email address of the corresponding author. You can mail them. So you can search the Google with title and you can find it. In ResearchGate you can also get, or you can in ResearchGate you can contact the author to for the same. The article may be present in the PubMed Central. If you it is not there, you go into SciHub. If it is not there, there are certain trade people like Novartis or Allergan. There are few emails whom you can contact, and they will send the article usually within 1 or 2 days to you. So this is the email address of Novartis people whom I usually contact when I have to find an article. So this is SciHub, and this is Alexander Ilvakian, who has created the SciHub. So you go to this web page, Shadow Library, Wikipedia web page, and it lists the websites which usually give these kinds of copyrighted content for free. Another archive, Library Genesis, SciHub, and Jet Library. So in discussion, you have to be open, and you have to be open to the contradictory idea. Like you have found something, but or some other people have found exactly the opposite. So you have to analyze their results, and you have to find out why you are finding something else. So if it is not evidence based, do not say that. And every paper has limitations. You have to write. There has to be an area of your in your paper which will write the limitations, like what was the deficit of your paper which could have been better performed, and also write on future directions, what can be done later. So in conclusion, you have to be conservative and very short, concise. So if your study had less sample size, so you can suggest larger randomized control trials for that. And if your study is small, you do not provide generalized statements. Like you did a study on 100 people with atropine, and you do not generalize that it will work in everybody. So, and also add what your article adds to the literature. So references, uh, Zotero is one of the most important softwares which you also need to learn how to master it. I think you can get a class, like I can start from scratch and show how I use Zotero, and people can use Zotero. People who have joined, if they have any query, they can post in comments. So Zotero is free and open source software. It is easy to use, and it will manage your references very easily. So specifically, if you are writing a very like large article with more than 100 references, so it can automatically rearrange the references. So it happens because your article may not get accepted at the first go. So you might have to shift to another journal. So once you shift to another journal, the uh, author instructions change, and you have to if you have done it manually, then it will be huge work. So Zotero itself has a you can download the referencing style for almost all journals, and just in one click it will replace all the references. So it is something which you should learn how to use. So images, there are few softwares to like edit the images. Include I use Picasa and InfanView. So there, most of the channels will need high quality images, which are at least 300 dots per inch. Which you can actually do using InfanView. So Picasa helps you create montage images, like create, because there will be a limitation of the images, maximum number of images which you can submit. You can like collage, or you can make a collage of around like 4 or 5 images. So you submit it in JPG format or TIFF format. These are like how do you change it DPI in a elephant view. So this is, and also how you make collage in Picasa. So in image, if you do not use images from other sources, you have to take copyright permission in writing or email. Do not manipulate images. Images should be self-explanatory, or the this thing, the image legend, figure legend should explain the image in full. The reader should be able to understand the images by looking at the images, and they might read the full text, but the images should be self-explanatory. So, and images should be cited in the main text. Videos and tables, you have to be, you have to abide by the author instructions, and you have to just show the most important tables which are there. So plagiarism is something you cannot copy others' work and just submit it as yourself, as your own, because there are many newer mechanisms which are there, and they'll find you. So Authenticate is very very strong software, and it will detect any kind of plagiarism which you have. So most of the channels will have this. This is paid, and it is for an individual. It is difficult to get access to, but if you contact your organization, they can get this thing. So Authenticate is the gold standard of checking plagiarism. So it is a serious academic offense. Do not copy paste. Do not, if there should not be three words in a row from the same, copy pasted from a single source. So it be very careful. It is like, because this will be staying forever in your name. Do not go the short way. You write it yourself. So this is very necessary. And there are free online plagiarism checking softwares, and also Grammarly has plagiarism check, but they are not usually very accurate. So other like Quillbot also has this. There is a paraphrasing software which can keep the central theme and change the words so that it is not detectable with the routine plagiarism checking software. But I'll not recommend this, because this can also be found out by the softwares by Authenticate. And now people are using AI texts copy pasting to their work, so that can also be found out by softwares whether it was AI content or it was human content. And there are AI softwares which can humanize AI content also. So that is another thing, but I think it is better to write in your own. So maximum plagiarism allowed in UGC is 10%. So they'll give this is just like what is the similarity index. This is a from Authenticate. So copyright, if you want to use photos or others, so you have to contact them by email, and you have to take their explicit permission. That's why I will be using this for this kind of work. And you have to mention whether it is commercial work or other work. So there is a website called copyright.com. So even if I have to use the images of my own work, I have to go there and I have to put a order on that. And once they approve, then only I can use the images at other works. So there are multiple uh, technical terms of copyright. I think we do not need to go there. So these are like what are the types of copy licenses. So Google has also some videos. You can go there, go to YouTube and read. So scientific misconduct. This is the last A of my talk. Pransu, I'll take the 10 or 15 minutes more. So this is scientific misconduct includes data fabrication, data falsification, purposeful failure to disclose, or plagiarism. So you have to be careful, because the world is connected, and anything you do, it can be analyzed by people. So there are two websites which you need to know. One is PubPeer and another is Retraction Watch. So in PubPeer, there are people, it usually mostly involves the people of basic sciences, physiology, pathology, anatomy, genetics. So once you manipulate anything, so this is the area where people can actually comment anonymously. So they can the like the person, your friend who doesn't want to get to be known, they post that this papier has been crucial in masking many articles which actually manipulated images. So what they do is they copy work from some other people and they just copy paste it and make them as their own. But there are people, you do not think that you are the only the person who has brains. There are many people who are much more smart than you. So just do not copy paste anything and try to do a sincere work. And instruction was another thing. As I said, if there are any articles which did not follow the proper professional conduct, then they can be retracted. So once it is retracted, it is not removed from the website. There is always a like watermark on that this article is retracted, and you do not want that, because this is like a direct slap on your face, because somebody is saying that you did not follow the proper protocol and there was some kind of gross misconduct. So if you are involved in something which causes your article to retract, it will stay with him for life, because the article will not get removed from the journal or from PubMed. It will only have retracted. There will be another notice, retraction notice, which will give the details of the things why the paper was retracted. So tools, you can use ChatGPT, Quillbot, Notion is another thing in which you can use to organize your work. And there is something called Notebook, LLM. So that is from Google. So you can submit your paper, like 4 or 5 papers, and it will make a gist, and it can create good summaries of things. So take home message will be learn Jotero. Definitely, I'll request all the fellows to start learning this. Use Grammarly, read author instructions, and authors. Then all the people who the names of who the people who are there in the authorship, they should all meet the criteria of authorship. You have to get ethics approval and follow good clinical practice, and you have to do a honest analysis of data. So I'll take this opportunity to thank Dr. Aparna Bose, fellow at ASG, Dr. Gaurav Sachdeva, who had helped me, and I have used Grammarly for this. And definitely, it would not have been possible without my colleagues at Academic Cell, Dr. Ganesh Pillai, Dr. Mayank Sharma, Dr. Atul Daman. So this is our website, ASG Academy, in which we are submitting or publishing the like master classes which are taken by people of international repute. So people who are interested, they can go and check the videos there. So this is another thing in which I am involved, Muthuswamy Virtual University of Postgraduate Ophthalmology. So this is a free university which guides people internationally, ophthalmologists internationally, to pass international exams, including FRCS. So if you are planning to give sit for FRCS, then you can give it a try. We have many people who have passed, and we have a good number of faculty members, and uh, this, I think you can like go there. It will people who are planning for international exams should try joining this university. And because this is a large exam, you have to plan properly. If you do not plan, if you do not read, then you will not pass whatever the knowledge you have might be. So it is a difficult exam, but if you prepare properly, then you can pass. So another thing is, I have bored you so much that it is the internet is also shaking. Okay, it is just last thing, last few pages. So am I audible, Pransu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
तो ठीक है, तो ये UCCon is happening on 5th to 7th September. So all the young ophthalmologists are invited to join there. So we are expecting around 1,000 national candidates and around 200 international people there. So I'll take this opportunity to thank you all and request you to please contribute to iWiki, which is an open forum and in which anything if you edit any article, your name will be there added as an author, and your name will be staying there forever. And if you are an uh, international ophthalmologist, then you can actually apply for this international ophthalmology contest, which is a huge addition to your CV. And definitely in the process, you learn a lot. So I'll request all of our fellows at least to create an account at iWiki. Start reading articles from iWiki. They are given in a very concise manner, and you can contribute to that also. If you think that there is some important data, important information which is not there, you just add it. And once you add it, it will be automatically like updated in the website, and whenever the next minute only it will be visible. So obviously there are editors, you cannot make changes as you want, but definitely it is something with which you can contribute to the knowledge which is existing, and your reading habits will also improve if you do that. So thank you. Thanks, Pransh.
Thank,
If there
thank you so much, sir. iWiki and StatPulse have been our lifesavers during our PG also.
Good point is that you can actually contribute.
Yes, sir.
You can write to it. So your name will be there. So I'll request all the at least our fellows should start writing.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Thank you so much for this wonderful talk.
So
We are ready to take some questions if anyone has. So regarding that virtual Muthuswamy site, so
uh,
does it apply for FIC also, FICO exams?
if I actually yes, if I see basically the most of the international exams they have a common pattern.
Yes,
Something basic sciences, refraction, and then an
clinical.
OSCE exam and clinical exam. So there is a similar pattern in everything. So you can obviously join there. There are uh, question. There are certain quizzes which are there in the website. So if you are planning for basic sciences, you can go there. You can just uh, do the quizzes. And for people who are sitting for the last, like FSS part 3, we do have classes like mock exams and classes from our passed out candidate faculty members who help them. So this is like the most of the all the faculty members, they are not paid. They do this work for free. And we
Okay,
have people like Dr. Samina Bilal ma'am has had come. Dr. Ghada is there from Egypt. Dr. Samina Bilal is from Pakistan. Dr. Vijay Paranjpe ma'am is from India. So
okay,
there are many people who regularly take classes.
okay. Because many times I have seen that people clear the basic sciences part, but they get stuck in the clinical part and advanced part because this becomes very difficult.
Clinical is a difficult exam, but another thing is most of the people who are doing subspecialty, they lose
Yes,
the bigger picture. They are focused on their patients, only retina, only cataract or something. So once they are given an oculoplasty patient, it is gone. So you have to think that you are doing fellowship, your primary work is on retina, but you have to be a general ophthalmologist so that you know that what should be done. Because you cannot say that to a patient who comes to you that I am retina consultant, you go to oculoplasty people. If you are practicing outside or you are practicing in periphery, that may not be possible also. And most of the corporate setups or the smaller like organizations which have 4 or 5 consultants, you have to be a general ophthalmologist, and that is the way to go because you need to know things. Even if you're not operating, you need to know the
yes,
basics or principles of things and how you should be doing managing.
yes. At least basic treatment should be started.
Yes. So if we do not have any questions, I think I will close. I thank Pransu for moderating this. So this is just an internal exam. People, we are just trying to discuss the ideas which can help younger generation. So thank you.
Yes.
I thank all the audience for their for staying here. Dr. Mayank, any comments? Dr. Ganesh, and I thank my colleagues from academic cell, Dr. Mayank, Dr. Ganesh, and Dr. Atul. for giving me this first opportunity.
I think
I think we can close. Thank
yes,
you.
sir.
Good day to everyone.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.